For the record, it's a continuation of Wilborn docket number 16000515. Mr. Wilborn is present. Mr. Anguilla, Ms. Pastors, all are present. Mr. Wilborn and Ms. Dwyer and Ms. Berg are present for the state. Mr. Henderson there.
He ran down to get something and we was right back, Judge.
Yes, sir. And we had finished arguing the case yesterday. We'll bring the jury in a few minutes. We'll randomly excuse two alternates and other members of the jury will be sentenced not present. We'll be discharged to begin deliberating on this case. Both sides ready to proceed?
Yes, sir.
Let's put the jury, please, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone can be seated. Case dealing with jury morning. How's everyone feeling this morning? Are all 14 of you members well?
Yes, sir.
The accommodations okay?
Yes, sir.
Still feeding you adequately?
Yes, sir.
They're treating you better?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, we had finished the arguments on this case yesterday, Saturday. We also finished reading all the charge to you. I'm going to randomly discharge 2 jurors in a few minutes, and the other 12 jurors would actually start to deliberate on this case. Perhaps if everyone was feeling well, because if you're not, I would need to make the change before it eliminated or discharge 2 alternates. When you began to deliberate on this case again, you first consider count 1. If you find Mr. Wilborn guilty of first-degree murder, you record that verdict on the jacket. As an indicated yesterday, it doesn't make a difference whether it's the front or the back of the jacket. And you cannot consider any lesser included offenses unless you made a unanimous determination Mr. Wilborn is not guilty of first-degree murder. Does anyone have any questions about how you go about recording your verdict in this case? No. Ladies and gentlemen, all 14 or probably all 15 names are still in this wooden cylinder. I'm going to reach in here. I have to spin the cylinder many times for the record, and I'm going to blindly choose 2 slips of paper unless one has the name of the juror who's already been excused, and then I will reach in and pick another piece of paper. The judges in the state of Tennessee for 250 years roughly that we've been trying cases in the state have been using some form of this method to excuse jurors. wearing black robes and white wigs. Now, we got rid of the white wigs. We still wear black robes, unfortunately. Ladies and gentlemen, following jurors have been excused as alternates on the case, you remain seated, please, at this time. Mr. Stanley Nevels, just remain seated, please, sir. And Mr. Carthy Morgan, will also remain seated. The other 12 members of the jury, Deputy Smith is going to bring to you the trial jacket. He'll bring most of those exhibits. You might want to get the card back. Yes, sir. If there's anything else that you want to look at, anything else you want to review, send a note and turn the light on the jury room, send a note, we'll bring you back to the courtroom and let you view anything else that you want to. But those things that have biohazard on it, again, we will not send those things back to you unless you want to look at them. We'll provide you some gloves if you need to do that. If there are any videos, anything else that you need to hear again, send a note. We'll bring you back to the courtroom and play any videos or play any audio tapes for you. For the other 12 members of the jury, you may now retire to begin deliberations according to the court. The verdict of truth dictates and justice demands, and I wish you Godspeed in those deliberations. You can follow Deputy Smith, please. Morgan, Ms. Nevels, do you have any questions that I can answer for you right now?
No, sir.
Now, I've been telling you for 7 days, actually 8 days, when I met you on October 11th, that you cannot talk to anybody about this case. You cannot discuss anything about this case at all. You cannot do any research on this case. You cannot talk to any of the parties involved. Those admonitions have been lifted. You may now talk to anybody that you want to. You are not, as I told you, required to ever talk to anybody about this case, period. If you want to talk to the lawyers, you may talk to the lawyers. They might want to tell you thank you for your service also. They might even ask you what your impressions are, what your thoughts are. I don't want to talk to anyone at all, and the lawyers will not try to talk to you. If you decide to talk to anyone, talk about what your thoughts are, what your impressions are. Please respect the privacy of your fellow jurors and not discuss anything that might have occurred in the jury room over the past week or during your deliberations over the past week. I will want to give you a jury certificate that will indicate that you were impaneled, that you were sworn, that you did serve as a member of this jury. And on behalf of the great state of Tennessee, and I mean the 6.5 million people of the state, I want to thank you for your service. Trial by jury in this country is the absolute best system in the world. It is not a perfect system, but this imperfect system would not work unless Mr. Nevels, Mr. Morgan, when you get a summons, It says you have been summoned for jury service and you come to 157 Poplar. And in the future, you don't have to make that trip downtown. You can actually qualify for jury service from the comfort of your home or work by using laptops, smart devices, computers. You can qualify for jury service without making a drive downtown, taking the time off work. You may certainly come to 157 Poplar or wherever we continue to qualify jurors so they can move from the Coliseum to the Cook Convention Center. Now we're at 157 Poplar. You may certainly make that trip if you choose to do so. But on behalf of this great state of Tennessee, I want to thank you for the sacrifices that you made. When you got that summons, and I told you on October 11th that you will be qualifying for a capital murder case, a death penalty case, and I told you not to pick up a questionnaire unless you're able to serve on a sequester case. You could have at that point said, Judge Coffey, I want nothing to do with this, and give me another week where I'm not guaranteed to be sequestered. You could have given me a million reasons as to why serving on a sequester case and serving in this case was not something that you felt you could do. You have given us a week out of your life. We're taking it away from your family, your friends, your jobs, other things that you could be doing. And on behalf of the state, on behalf of the lawyers involved in this case, Ms. Henderson, Mr. Dwyer, Ms. Bird, Mr. Gangula, Ms. Hall, Ms. Cassidy, on behalf of Mr. Wilborn, and on behalf of the victim in this case, Sean Bolton, and all the folks that are touched by this killing, I want to thank you for your service. We'll give you a jury certificate. It would indicate you were impaneled, you were sworn that you did serve on the jury. You will not have to serve on a jury in Shelby County State Courts for the next 10 years. Now, the Tennessee Constitution, we can have you back every 2 years. But because of the population of Shelby County, we try to be as inclusive as possible. We try to give as many people a chance as possible to serve on the jury. So we're not going to send your summons on purpose for 10 years. If you're assigned in error to state court, you can tell them that Judge Coffey says that you don't have to serve for 10 years. We're not going to call you back to jury service until 2028. Now, if you're assigned by the United States government to serve in federal court, I have no control over the federal government. That's, I think, a month obligation at this current time, and I have no control over federal court. Anything that is in your jury notebook, feel free to keep it. The cover of the notebook has my phone number, email address on it. If you want to call me or email me and say, Judge Coffey, can you let me know what happened in this case? I'll be glad to let you know. You're free and safe to wait for a verdict if you choose to do so. And anything that you do not keep, Deputy Smith will collect those notebooks, and I will personally shred everything in it so that no one will ever be able to read any notes that you might have taken. Let my deputies know where you want to go. If you need to go back to the hotel room, you want to go home, anywhere in Shelby County, as I told you on Tuesday, Wednesday, we can't take you to Tunica. We cannot take you to West Memphis. We cannot take you outside of Shelby County because of liability issues. But anywhere you need to go in Shelby County, let the deputies know we will get you there. And on behalf of the state of Tennessee, again, I want to thank you for the sacrifices that you made. It's a very selfless act to say, Judge Coffey, I'm willing to devote 7 days of my life on something that will be time intensive, and you could have given me, again, a million reasons why this was really a bad idea. Mr. Neville, do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Mr. Morgan, you have any questions, sir?
No, I don't.
That Deputy Smith, know if you have anything in the jury room, we'll get those items for you, and we'll get you anywhere you need to go. You do not have to go out of that door here because I don't want you walking to a phalanx of cameras and other folks. When you're ready to go, Deputy Smith will take out the back door here so you can avoid all the crowd. Mr. Neville. Thank you, sir. Well, thank you for the service, sir. Thank you, sir. You want to talk to the board? No, sir. Thank you, sir. Ms. Morgan. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your service. Yes, I saw you get dropped and got the speeches and all of that. You want to talk to the lawyers?
No, sir.
Thank you, sir. Y'all free to go home. For the record, the jury is not deliberating on this case to return a verdict that truth dictates and justice denied through standard recess pending. A verdict from the jury or any questions for the trial boards, again, can leave your contact information with Madam Clerk, and she will summons you once we get a verdict or a question. Otherwise, what would you call according to recess, please?
Of course, as recess.